Describe computer network. Answer. A number of computers connected together to communicate with each other through communication medium is called a computer network. What is network of networks? OR, what is Internet? Answer. Networks are connected together to make a larger network, which is called network of networks or Internet. Why do we need computer network? Give name of reasons. Answer. The main need of computer network is sharing resources. The computer connected in a network can exchange information and data. A computer in a network can also use resources of other computers connected to the network. Some examples of resource sharing given below. File sharing, hardware sharing, application sharing a single internet connection user communication. What is client? Answer. A client is a less powerful computer compared to server. It relies on servers for resources, such as files, devices, and even processing power. Clients are computers in a network that access services made available by a server. What is a server? Answer. Server is a powerful computer that facilitates a whole network by providing a variety of services to the computer or devices connected to the network. Server is a main computer in a network which is used to manage network resources and facilitate other computers. What is network topology? Mention its types. Answer. Topology of a network is a geometric representation of the relationship among the interconnected devices. Types. 4 types of network topologies are bus topology, ring topology, star topology, mesh topology. What is bus topology? Answer. In bus topology, all devices are connected to a common communication medium or central cable. The central physical cable that connects the computers is called bus. How bus topology work? Answer. A computer sends a message on the bus. The computer to whom the message is sent receives it while others ignore it. At each end of bus, a device called terminator is attached so that the signals do not bounce back on the bus, causing errors. What is terminator or endpoints in bus topology? Answer. In bus topology, all the devices of the network are connected to a common transmission medium, which has exactly 2 endpoints called terminator. What is backbone in bus topology? Answer. A bus topology connects all devices of the network through a single common cable having exactly 2 endpoints. This cable is called backbone of the topology. What is star topology? Answer. A star topology connects all devices using point-to-point connections via cables to a central point. The central point is known as a hub or switch. The central device controls all the traffic. Therefore, devices can transfer data to each other only through the central point. What is ring topology? Answer. A ring topology connects a computer with exactly 2 other computers, forming a ring of computers. A computer can send data to its immediate neighbor. A ring can be unidirectional or bidirectional. What is unidirectional or bidirectional in ring topology? Answer. A ring can be unidirectional or bidirectional. Unidirectional. In a unidirectional ring topology, data is sent either clockwise, anti-clockwise. Bidirectional ring. Bidirectional. In a topology, data can travel in any direction upon receiving data. A computer may pass data to its next neighbor. What is mesh topology? Answer. Mesh topology connects all devices with each other through a direct link. Message sent on a mesh network can take any possible path from source to destination. It is not commonly used since it is costly and difficult to implement. What happens if failure of connection between 2 computers in ring topology? Answer. In ring topology, a failure of connection between 2 computers may down the whole network. What is data communication? Mention its components. Answer. Data communication refers to exchange of messages between sending and receiving devices through some communication medium. Following are the main components of data communication: sender, receiver, message, protocol, transmission medium. What is sender, transmitter, and receiver? Sync? Answer. Sender. Sender is a device that initiates a communication process. It sends messages consisting of text, numbers, picture, etc. It is also called transmitter. Receiver. Receiver is a device that receives a message. It is also called sync. The receiver can be a computer, printer, or another device. The receiver must be capable of accepting a message. What is message and packets? Answer: message. Message is a data or information to be communicated. It may consist of text, number, pictures, sound, video, or any combination of these. Packets. In a data communication system, a message is sent in the form of packets. It is unit of data sent from one device to another. What is payload and control information in a message? Answer: each message has two parts, i.e., payload and control information. Payload. Payload is the actual contents of a message. Control information. It contains information about the sender and the receiver. Control information is also called header of a message. What is protocol? Answer: a protocol is a formal agreement between two parties. A network protocol is a formal arrangement between two computers to send and receive information. Network protocol defines a set of rules and procedures of communication between a sender and a receiver. What is transmission medium or communication channel? Answer: transmission medium is a powerful channel through which message is transmitted or received from one location to another in a communication system. It is also called communication channel. For example, copper wire, a fiber optic cable, a microwaves, etc. Why file sharing is helpful? Answer: networking of computers helps a network user to share files. Sharing files with others who are living in a different city or even country is also much helpful and is done in the same way. Example: if all your school teachers want to prepare a combined result using computers, they can share files over a school network or the internet. Why hardware sharing is important? Answer: hardware sharing is important where less number of printers and scanners than the available computers. Users can share devices such as printers, scanners, CD-ROM drives, hard disk drives, etc. What is advantage of sharing a single internet connection among different users? Answer: a single high-speed internet connection can be shared with all the users over a network. There is no need to provide a separate internet connection to every user on the network. Is advantage of user. What communication on networks? Answer: networks allow users to communicate using email, newsgroups, and video conferencing, etc. So, communication with many people sitting on different locations is possible due to a network. Example: a video conference comprises the technologies for the reception and transmission of audio-video signals by users at different locations. Why do you mean by storage capacity on network? Answer: storage capacity means the limit stored data in a computer. If we connect our computer to another computer having more storage, then we can also use the disk space of that computer. In this way, we can store and access files stored remotely. In this setup, a computer providing the storage is called file server and the computer accessing that space is called a workstation. Example: we can use services like Dropbox and Google Drive to store our files remotely. What is data transmission? Answer: data transmission is a process of sending data from one device to another. It consists of sender, receiver, and the medium which carries the information. Is a device use multiple channels at the same time? Answer: yes, a device may use multiple channels at the same time. For example, if cell phone is connected with the internet, it uses a data channel, 3G or 4G or LTE, for using the internet services and a voice channel for calling purpose. What is network model? Answer: computer network models are responsible for establishing connection among the sender and receiver. There are two computer network models, i.e. OSI model and TCP/IP model, on which the whole data communication process relies. What are the layers in network models? Answer: the whole communication process is carried out in different layers, where each layer performs one or more specific tasks. The Internet also uses a layered communication model called the Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol, TCP/IP model. What is TCP/IP model? Answer: the Internet also uses a layered communication model called the Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol, TCP/IP model. The TCP/IP is a suite of protocols that provides end-to-end connectivity between devices. What is application layer? Answer: it provides network service to user application. It is responsible for exchanging information between program running on machine. While chatting, you are concerned only about the message without bothering about the kind of network, i.e., wireless or wired. This is called application layer. What is transport layer? Answer. A transport layer establishes connection between a client and a server. It tries to send message, but if there is some error like your computer is disconnected from the network, then it informs the application program. What is network layer? Answer. A program running on the network layer moves the data to the other network. So a chat message is transferred to other WIF router of your friend, from where it is delivered to your friend and she can see it on screen. What is data link layer and physical layer? Answer. Data link layer. Data link layer sends a message to the server connected with sender. If you are chatting at home with a Wi-Fi connection, then the data link lava sends a message from your computer to the Wi-Fi router. Physical layer. Physical layer is about the physical medium used in communication, like cabling, etc. What is FTP? Answer. File Transfer Protocol is a standard TCP/IP protocol, which is used for the purpose of transferring files from one computer to another. For example, if we want to transfer a document file to a remote computer. Define HTTP and SMTP. Answer. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is a protocol used by World Wide Web, WWW, to transfer web pages between a client and a web server. A web server is also called an HTTP server. We use this protocol while browsing internet. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is a standard protocol to transmit emails. Why addressing is important in network? Answer. Before sending a message, source must know the destination address. Devices on a network need addresses in order to communicate with each other. So, giving an address to a message is the first step, and the second step is to transmit the packet to its intended recipients. Why IPv6 have importance than IPv4? Answer. IPv6 can allow up to 2,128 address, which is 7.9 times 1,028 times more than the number of addresses in IPv4. What is port number? Answer. If there are more than one applications ready to accept a packet, then a number called port number distinguishes the targeted application from the other applications. What is IP address? Answer. IP stands for Internet Protocol. It is a method of identifying each computer on the Internet. All IP addresses are unique. Each device gets its own unique IP address when it gets connected to the Internet. There are two types of IP address. Static IP address. Dynamic IP address. Describe sending HTTP requests and receiving HTTP responses over the Internet. Answer. The World Wide Web, WWW, is a system of Internet servers. Clients send requests to the servers. Servers serve a request sent by client. This request is called HTTP request. Servers give response on the request of client. This is called HTTP response. So, the communication between a server and a client is based on requests and their respective responses. What is web browser? Answer. A web browser or simply browser is software that allows the Internet users to find, retrieve, view, and send information on the Internet. It acts as an interface between the user and the Internet. What are two standards of IP addressing? Give examples. Answer. An IP address is assigned by a Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP, server. There are two standards of IP addressing, i.e., IPv4 and IPv6. What is IPv4 addressing? Answer. IPv4 addresses are 32-bit numbers that uniquely identifies a network interface on a machine. When the Internet Protocol was originally designed, the standard was known as Internet Protocol Version 4, IPv4. IPv4 is divided in 4 groups separated by dot. Example. IPv4 addresses like 172.16.54.1. What is IPv6 addressing? Answer. IPv6 address is a 128 bits numbers that uniquely identifies a network interface on a machine. In IPv6, there are 8 groups separated by dot. What is router? Answer. Router is an intelligent device which routes the data to destination computers. A router is a networking device that forwards data packets from one network to another. They send information from one network to another by selecting the best pathway available. What is the use of routing table in routing process? Answer. A routing table is used by routers to determine the path to the destination network. If the entry exists for the destination address, the router forwards a packet out of the appropriate interface port. If the router doesn't find the entry, it discards the packet. Define header, payload, and encapsulation. Answer: header. Each layer adds some control information called header. Payload. The actual content of message is called payload. Encapsulation. The actual content of message called payload is hidden inside the header at each layer. This is called encapsulation. What is header of a message? Answer: payload is the actual content of message, whereas the control information contains information about the sender and the receiver. Control information is also called header of a message.